Alrighty, welcome back everyone. It is LaughNgamez here. I am back, and it is time for another 1 vs 1 AlphaStar replay cast. Now that that mouthful has been said, let's jump into introducing who we got, and who we got is a Masters player. We may never know his name, but we'll at least know whether he goes down as a oh my god, oh my god, Masters player. Why do you do this to me? Misclicking with all of his SCVs as I was about to give him an introduction saying whether he'd go down in fame or not. Instead, he'll just go down in fame as the guy who accidentally boxed his workers against this super AI, which happens to be playing Zerg. Yeah, AlphaStar, I mean, pretty darn good at Starcraft. Turns out if you have the word star in your name, you're gonna be pretty good at Starcraft. And I think that's just a fact. So we'll see how the AI is going to play this one out. I think I've been trying to put the AI in a bit of a box lately, as far as like being like, okay, it usually does this build or this build, but it still surprises me. There'll still be times which I'll be like, oh, it's probably just going to do this build, and it definitely doesn't just do that build. So the AI, a little bit unpredictable. Now we take a look as far as the builds go. Looks like it's just going to be a Reaper Expand for the Masters player, AlphaStar, getting up its hatchery, pool, gas, all that jazz, all that jazz. And the map today is Kairos Junction for game number 1. As of late, as per usual, just going to be doing a best of 3, basically, if AlphaStar wins 2 or Humanity wins 2, the video ends. But if we get a 1-1 type situation, we'll do a third match. I think that's just a fun way to go about it. Taking a look, there's the SCV scout from the Masters player. Don't even have to think twice about it. Just do it. Please don't sue me, shoe company. But yeah, anyway, we have got queens on the way for AlphaStar. Metabolic boost coming out. Factory. Extra gas for the Masters player, so probably going to get up his starport. Maybe we'll be seeing a battlecruiser rush this game. It's been a while, but I'd like to see a BC rush against AlphaStar, and I think this guy could be doing it. Let's see it, buddy. Let's see a battlecruiser rush. This is looking like a pretty normal BC rush opening. You get the second gas, then your factory, make your Hellions, but then you build a starport, then a fusion core, and then your then you have a battlecruiser. It's just great. It's exactly why you want to do a BC rush. You end up with a battlecruiser. And usually you don't die to a rush or anything like that. It can be vulnerable to roach timings. However, we can't even really speak to that yet, as we don't know what exact build the Masters player is going to do. For now, he's making 2 Hellions. He is building the starport. He tried to get AlphaStar's Overlord, but AlphaStar got the Overlord to a safe space in time. And then everything looks normal. Third hatch on the way. The Hellions popping out. Bing, bang, boom. That usual stuff. Oh my gosh, I totally forgot. Ladies and gentlemen, we are 3 minutes into the game, or I guess technically 4 minutes into the game. Let's try and hit 4 likes on this video if we can. That would be absolutely amazing. If you guys would go out of your way to press that like button, I would sincerely appreciate it, as 4 is a pretty big goal, and I'm not sure we can do it. But oh, there we go! Did I call it or what? It's gonna be a battlecruiser rush from the Masters player. This is what I like to see from other players, because personally this is what I do most of my TVZs. I think the BC rush opening is a pretty darn solid one that leads into a nice mech play, but of course, you're not restricted to playing mech. You can always follow it up with bio. The Masters player is just doing this off of 2 gases as opposed to getting a third, so he's not going to be able to get out Yamato Cannon right away. So there'll be a little bit of a delay on that. However, he's going to have a 3rd command center going up at a very reasonable time, so it's not the most BC rushy rush you can do. However, it is still a battlecruiser rush, which I'm completely happy seeing. I'm not sure how well AlphaStar responds to something like this, and we're just going to find out, because I know that the AI has kind of just died to BCs once before. Whether we'll see that again, I'm not sure, but there's always a chance. Okay, there's the double gas going up to follow this. You gotta have that gas going. We'll see if it's gonna be a mecha or a bio transition from the Masters player, but we can't really talk about the transition until we've actually seen the full effect of the capital cruiser teleporting into the Zerg base and causing havoc. There's currently 5 queens in position for AlphaStar, but I think a BC can beat 5 queens. I honestly don't know if there's a set number, because usually spores are involved, there's transfuse, that sort of mystery. However, a 6th and a 7th queen do waddle up, so this could be pretty darn good for AlphaStar if the BC just teleports right on top of these queens. And the AI, while not scouting this out, does actually have a lot of queens. Like, the AI has no idea it's going up against a BC rush necessarily. Hellions dove on in to poke and prod a little bit. Looks like there is indeed a factory follow-up. A BC teleports to the back of the main base of AlphaStar. All of a sudden, this battle cruiser going to be moving towards the main, going to be starting to kill off a few workers, perhaps. Yeah, focusing down a few workers can probably get out with the BC before it gets killed off. That's good to see. AlphaStar has currently lost 6 drones. The Hellions are now going to move into the natural. There's 1 queen there, there's a roach there, but in the end it looks like these units will be repelled for now. The battle cruiser does at least escape, which is nice. And AlphaStar behind this is just going to be making up a ton of roaches. Hellions dive into the natural once more, but they do get turned around once more. So the Masters player showing resilience, attacking and attacking again. The concern will be, though, AlphaStar coming across the map with a big old counterattack. The battle cruisers can clean up roaches, but if there's enough roaches, they will just get in and literally kill all the workers of the Terran player before the BCs can clean them up. And this is quite a few roaches AlphaStar has made, 14. There's a chance we won't see any more, but there's a chance we will see more, and AlphaStar is just making more roaches. The queens could very well start a slow march across the map, while the BCs are kind of just hanging out. Oh, this BC's got to be careful, in a very vulnerable position at a low HP. It looks like the player's just going to Yamato cannon that Overlord, just to use that ability, because why not? The Hellions are running into some roaches. They're probably going to want to turn around. The meching player is following this up with Cyclones, some Hellions, but is really going to be getting turned away. He's tried to get up a 3rd base. He's got out a battle cruiser. He's got out 2 battle cruisers, but whether they'll be enough to actually end the attack of AlphaStar, I'm not sure. The queens are there. The BC's going to have to be trouble. Does he micro this BC back? No, he hasn't. He does just in time. He teleports it away. The queens are coming, though, and this is going to be trouble indeed for the Masters player. Looks like the BC Yamato cannons, one of the queens gets a guaranteed kill, is now going to try and target down the Ravagers, but if we take a look, this is looking to be a lot of Zerg out for AlphaStar. Corrosive Bile trying to hit the BC. That BC can only take 1 Corrosive Bile and it'll just die. The Masters player is buying time, though, with these cruisers, killing off a few roaches, killing off a few Ravagers. I would like to see some SCVs pulled off the line to repair this battle cruiser, however, and we will be seeing that. That is good. There's also tanks now being produced for the Masters player. AlphaStar is going to do one of its classic AlphaStar's attacks, moving across the map. The BCs are putting out as much damage as they can. A lot more tanks coming down for the Masters player, but they aren't sieged up. The Hellions and Cyclones doing what they can, but oh, the BC's a little bit far forward. Need to be real careful, and if we take a look, I mean, the Ravagers and Roaches coming into the main base, dealing a lot of damage at the natural, killing these SCVs. These battle cruisers desperately need to be repaired, but there hasn't been a repair from the Master player. He actually lost his 3rd command center. Did he? No, he just floated it off. But man, he still hasn't repaired these BCs, and they're absolutely his lifeline. Repair those cruisers, buddy. Oh, one of them's quite injured and is moving forward. He's going to have to keep dodging Corrosive Biles. SCV's getting shredded. Tanks doing what they can. But the queens are still in the air, though, and the BCs just haven't been repaired. One of them goes down, removing half of his ability to clean up this attack, and it looks like the Masters player just hasn't really been able to clean this up. I mean, he's been trying to repair his tanks, but in the end, he lost his BCs. I say if he maybe ran his SCVs and bought time with his units, his BCs could have helped clean all this up. In the end, though, he just took too much damage. He's locked onto 1 base, meching, and yeah, it's just going to be too much for from AlphaStar. Like, look at the worker count, look at the income. 0 income for the Masters player. He may be on 3, or no, actually, he's only on 2 CCs. So that's just absolutely disastrous. The AI just really needs to make roaches some hydras. In fact, it's so eager to build hydras, it's going to build even a second hydra den within range of its first hydra den. So a little bit of an alpha derp. The 1 BC is not going to be enough. You need at least 2 BCs here, and even then, it's probably not going to be enough. There's hydras joining up. The Masters player is indeed going to die to AlphaStar. No redeeming factors for him in this game right now. And yeah, GG. AlphaStar defends a battlecruiser rush and smacks the BC rushing player down in game number 1. GG. Okie dokie, here we are in the next match. I got that score screen backwards because it is AlphaStar in the top left-hand side of the map, playing Protoss, Alpha T, Alpha Toss. Gonna be taking on Diamond Z this match. Diamond Zergs, Diamond players more specifically, don't have a lot of success against AlphaStar. I think the best wins we've seen against AlphaStar was where I cast the couple of games which the AI got proxy 2-raxed. Otherwise, it doesn't tend to lose a lot of games, maybe in some odd base trade situations. But yeah, overall the AI very solid at most points in the game. It has proven that. Any doubters can go back and watch the hundreds of videos on this channel. They can click on that playlist, by the way, which I created a while back, linked on the channel page. Yeah, so that's something that is just out there for you if you are interested in AlphaStar. As of recording this video, there's like 120 odd replays left of AlphaStar for me to cast, which may sound like a lot, but in reality it's not. Doing a few a video, some of them being shorter, high-level AlphaStar ones. And so soon enough, we'll be moving on to the AlphaStar finale. I didn't think we'd be getting there, but we are. Now, taking a look, we've got a hatchery, we've got a spawning pool. On the way for the Diamond player, AlphaStar is just going for a low ground wall off, gateway expand. Pretty normal build to do against a Zerg. Scouting out first. The Zerg player does put all of his drones into gas. Well, the max amount he can put into gas. So he'll be able to get that speed at a good time. Alpha Z is kind of being a jerk. Or Alpha P's being a jerk with its probe, denying the mining of the poor Zerg player. Now going to harass some poor workers. Okay, we take a look. Probe just moving around, doop-de-doop-de-doo, doing its thing, doing its thing. The Zerg player, though, oh, that's interesting. Throws up a second gas right in the face of AlphaStar, but then decides to cancel it, which is even more odd. At the same time, though, the Diamond player doing this basically is saying, hey, AlphaStar, I'm going double gas, get ready for a rush. That's not the case, though, so we'll see if AlphaStar is going to go for another scout, maybe just play normally as if nothing's amiss. Maybe this is enough to make the AI react in some way. However, one of the defining things about AlphaStar, it seems, is the fact that the AI doesn't necessarily always react. It just plays in a way which, even if it doesn't react to something till the last minute, it'll still probably be fine. For example, when it's defending like a rush or whatever and it pulls 20 workers, but then it manages to hold, and it just had so many workers in the first place, it kind of just walks it off, so to speak. Now, Adept moves in for AlphaStar, moving into the main base of the Zerg. Looks like it is going to complete its shade, and going to start cutting up a drone or two. That's 1 dead drone, 2 dead drones, soon to be 3 dead drones. Do we have 3 dead drones? No, not yet. 3 dead drones and 1 dead Adept. Not bad for AlphaStar. The AI throws up a shield battery at its natural, which is quite interesting. Reinforcing this wall. Doesn't really need to, though, as the Zerg player is just throwing up 11 drones. Looks like he maybe missed a round or two. This stage in the game, Zerg does not usually make 11 drones. The Diamond player, though, very notably, is actually going to be throwing up a lair, getting up 1 extractor. Hasn't started any more. I am kind of getting the vibe that this is going to be a 2-base mutaplay, though, from the Zerg. Gonna try and catch AlphaStar off guard a little bit, build lots of mutas, things like that. And maybe the AI won't have an adequate anti-air response. I don't believe we've seen AlphaStar lose to mutas too many times, though. The AI seems to have quite a good understanding against how to play him. It's rarely short on muscle, and is usually always doing something to counter the desperate muta player. So we take a look. Spore Crawler's on the way for the Diamond player, who's still just playing it cool off of his 2 bases. No third just yet. There's that Roach Warren. There's double Evos going up, and I say there's that Roach Warren. Actually a little bit of a surprise to me. Seems to be a bit late of a Roach Warren, and oh, it's double Roach Warren. Really, really odd play indeed from the Diamond player. Is this gonna be like Burrowed Roach or something? I mean, or did he just accidentally make 2 Roach Warrens? That is the question that I'm not sure of. For now, he hasn't started any research at his Roach Warren. He starts up a Spine Crawler. He throws up... Yeah, the spine's really odd. Really, really odd, I'll say. The Queen shooing away the Oracles. The double Roach Warren has been spotted, though, so... AlphaStar kind of knows about this. I'm a little bit baffled, though, so... Understanding it may be a bit hard. We'll see how the AI is going to deal with it. For now, though, it doesn't seem to be panicking at all. Throwing up a few gateways, an Immortal, charge, +1. Just continuing on its merry way. It's got the Oracles to keep scouting out. And oh, the Diamond player fires up 7 Overlords, so he can just make a boatload of Roaches. But this is like the most delayed attack I've ever seen. He's just like, okay, build a bunch of Overlords, build a lair, delay the Roach Warren, get a bunch of Roaches, despite this entire thing being scouted, and AlphaStar should have no problem holding this, I feel. One of the Oracles does go down, which is a bit of a shame. They did manage to kill off, like, 6 drones, though, so kind of worth it. 1-1 is on the way for the Zerg player. He's getting up speed. He's making drones now. But, like, this is going to be such an odd timing attack from the Diamond player that I don't see how AlphaStar will have a hard time against this. There is a Macro Hatchery now being built. There's a Hydra Den being built, but still no third for Zerg at this point, which is incredibly odd, just doing 1-1 Hydra Den. All the while behind this, AlphaStar is going to be getting up a Templar Archives, going to be making that +1 at the Forge charge. I wouldn't be surprised if we do see a third base go up from the AI soon, or just an attack. We'll see how it's going to work out. Looks like a third base will be getting queued up from AlphaStar, which really is what I prefer. If you're a 2-base Protoss against a 2-base Zerg, you don't need to feel the pressure to attack at all, really. As long as you're making sure that it's not like Mutas, I think you're feeling pretty comfortable just sitting back and defending. Now, that being said, AlphaStar is going to be planning a big attack, which really could play into what the Diamond player is doing. I mean, he's going to have a good number of Roaches, some Hydras too, 1-1 upgrades as well, which will really benefit these units. There's always a chance AlphaStar will be able to make a big attack happen, but there's always a chance the Diamond player will hold it. I mean, the Diamond player's concern, though, is he's kind of showing us how you shouldn't play Starcraft in the sense of how you need to prioritize different things at different points in the game. He's now fighting this army of AlphaStar, but like, he made a bunch of Roaches at a time which he didn't really need to. He made a bunch of Overlords at a time which he didn't need to. Wasn't making like units at the proper time. Went double Roach Warren, delayed his third base, despite not being aggressive. Really odd play overall from the Diamond player. He does have a decent army against just the few Immortals and Archons of AlphaStar. He's going to be moving forward with these. More Zealots are being warped in for AlphaStar, though. The Immortals, Archons putting out a lot of damage. It's just the Hydras. This is going to be an easy 2-0 for AlphaStar. Ladies and gentlemen, if you enjoyed this video, if you enjoyed AlphaStar totally destroying this poor Diamond Zerg, make sure to go ahead and hit that like button. If you're new to the channel and you made it all the way to the end of the video, you enjoy the content, go ahead and subscribe. Heck, if you aren't subscribed just because you don't have a YouTube account, and yet you've been watching every single AlphaStar video, go ahead and make a YouTube account. It's worth it, trust me. But yeah, thanks so much to everyone for tuning in. This has been LaughNgamez. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.